Good afternoon. This is serious. My name is Spencer Jackson. I am a student in Miss Bronner's 6th period class. Today I'm discussing the topic of completing the square. In case you are wondering, completing the square means adding units, variables, or anything to an equation to put it into a form where you can use algebra tiles and construct a square. When you make a square with this equation, you see the x squared right here, the negative 4x's on both sides, and then this mysterious spot with the question mark. That's what we need to find to complete the square. For example, look at the equation x squared plus negative 8x plus negative 10 equals 0. We see that these negative 4x's on both sides, this short side of a negative x, or an x by the way, is 1. So right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So since our x's are negative, that 4 would be negative as well. So with this square we have a negative 4 and a negative 4. And we use those two to find this area in here. So from what we have concluded, we have the negative 4 and the negative 4 on both sides. You look over here, negative 4 times negative 4 equals 16, and that ends up being what we have in this box. Now here goes the tricky part. Our job now is to get negative 16 on this side of the equal sign by adding a certain number to both sides of the equation. Now, what is that number? Well, let's find out. To find what we have to add to both sides, we have to find the difference between negative 16 and negative 10. So, look at this for example. Negative 16 minus negative 10 equals negative 6. Negative 6 is what we have to add to both sides. So, let's do that. So here, we add a negative 6 to both sides. And you see we come out with x squared plus negative 8x plus negative 16 equals negative 6. And now we have to solve the equation. Think back when we talked about the negative 4 and the negative 4. So those are both sides of the square. But the complete square, which is the whole thing, both sides are x plus negative 4. So we will take that all the way over to our solution or the equation we're going to solve, and we'll make it a little different. So we have to solve. So instead of having all this x squared mumbo jumbo on the left side of the parentheses, we're going to do something a little easier. See, this little mumbo jumbo we want to get rid of, what we did. Since each side is x plus negative 4, instead of having x plus negative 4 times x plus negative 4, we put the little squared sign, which is basically telling you there's another x plus negative 4. So that's going to be what's a little easier for us. But we still do not want the squared. So we put both sides under the radical, and that'll slim it down a little. Now, when we slim it down a little, we come out to get x plus negative 4 equals plus or minus the square root of negative 6. Now, we have the plus or minus because x in our solution could possibly equal more than one thing. So, that's why that's there. But still, we don't want to forget that we have to solve our equation. So, in order to solve our equation, we have to add a positive 4, since this is negative, a positive 4 to both sides, so that we can get this little x, this little buddy, on his own. Okay, so We add the positive 4 to both sides of the equation, and we end up with 4 plus x plus negative 4 equals 4 plus or minus the square root of negative 6. And when we do that, we come out with x equals 4 plus or minus the square root of negative 6. And that is our solution for that equation. Again, it is x equals 4 plus or minus the square root of negative 6. So, there you go. I just taught you the method of completing the square. Okay. What are you waiting for? Go online and get some more. Answer. I'll see you.